chair.
Yeah,
You can do it after roll call.
After roll call?
yeah.
Do it after roll call.
All right.
Should we create a president pro temp position?
Still got a few seconds
I
yet.
don't plenty of time. It's really more just a chair of a meeting because
Yeah.
then they can still vote on everything.
Okay.
So.
Did you run here?
Holy, yeah, I did.
We're running? Yep. All right.
We're good?
All right, good.
All right. Join me a moment of silence. Okay. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call.
Kristen Chiaro,
Present.
Andrew Dittmers,
Present.
Brett Gerger,
Present.
Ryan Mann,
Present.
Matt Mount,
Present.
Paul Scherschel,
Present.
Dave Kimsey.
He's away at work.
Need a motion?
Oh, I'll move for trustee Gerger to chair our board meeting tonight.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All right. Public announcements. Mr. Foley? Chief Foley?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
Here you go.
It's not often.
You turned it off. It's green.
Might not be working. It's not often I get.
It's on now.
It's on now. Not often I get to stand in front of the board, which is not a bad thing, I guess. It's a good thing that I'm standing here this evening. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the families and friends of the officers that I'm about to present to the board for life-saving awards. So it means a lot. It just shows the support that these officers have by having their family members here and support of the community as well. So without further ado, we had a couple calls where we had what I refer to as life-saving events. And like I said, it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen on occasion. On December 6th of 2018, at approximately 10:36 p.m., Chatham Fire and EMS was dispatched at 800 block of Spur Street for 20-year-old female unresponsive and possibly not breathing. Officer Thompson proceeded to the address and was met at the front door by a frantic family member. When Officer Thompson made entry into the residence, he took over performing CPR, which CPR is being administered by the victim's stepfather. After performing CPR for a short amount of time, members of the Chatham Fire and EMS took over and transferred the female to the hospital. Members of the fire department were Lieutenant Joe Valletta, firefighter James Wallace, firefighter Jeremy Jacobs, and since this time, the female has made a full recovery. So without further ado, I would like for Officer Thompson to step forward. I'd like to present this award along with their certificate, which states the following. Life-saving award is presented to Andrew Thompson. This award is presented to Officer Thompson for his skillful actions in a sudden and unexpected situation to serve that saved a human life on December 6, 2018. This award was given this day today. Congratulations. Obviously,
lastly, I just want to thank everyone for their support. Obviously, I want to thank my family and I want to say my friends, the guys I work with every day. This without the training and everything that I've got, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I wouldn't have been able to jump in right ahead whenever I needed to. So just want to thank everyone that's helped me and helped me do this in this situation. So thank you.
Next is for two officers. Kind of give you a brief synopsis of that as well. On 8/16, approximately 2 weeks ago on Friday, approximately 5:50 a.m., Chatham Fire and Rescue was dispatched to 50 Downing Drive for a 14-year-old male that had passed out, unconscious, and not breathing. Officer Galloway arrived on scene, and Officer Richards arrived a few minutes later. Officer Galloway found the male subject down in his bedroom, and he pulled the male subject into the living room for more space to work. Officer Galloway recognized the fact that the male was not breathing and began CPR. Officer Galloway continued CPR for several minutes until Officer Richards and Chatham Fire and EMS arrived and assisted, and then relieved Officer Galloway from performing CPR. I'm not sure how many of you perform CPR, but for 1 minute of chest compressions, it's like a rigorous workout, something you'll never forget. Members of Chatham Fire and EMS that were assisting Officer Galloway and Officer Richards were Lieutenant Valletta, Firefighter James Fallis, Firefighter Jeremy Jacobs, Firefighter Robert Vercoda, and Probationary Firefighter Brandon Harris. Without the help of Chatham Fire and EMS, Officer Galloway and Officer Richards, Ryan would not be here today. I have communicated with Shannon Ushman, who is Ryan's mother, on a daily basis in regards to Ryan, and the last report I received from her this morning is that Ryan will be coming home soon. Ryan is currently in pediatric immediate care where he's undergoing rehabilitation. Shannon cannot say enough about how professional everyone was, and so thankful that she still has her son here today. If she told me once, she's told me 1,000 times, thank you. But the thank you's not to me. It's the thank you to Officer Galloway and Officer Richards for a job well done. So without further ado, I'd like to present Officer Galloway and Officer Richards to come forward. These life-saving awards are awarded to Officer Derek Galloway and Officer James Richards. This award is presented to Officer Derek Galloway and Officer Richards for their skillful actions and in the sudden and unexpected situation that saved a human life on August 16, 2019. Thank you.
I just want to thank everybody who showed up today and support Officer Thompson, Officer Galloway, myself, and all the Chatham Police Department. Great group of guys that we work with and the training that we had. I can't say enough about Officer Galloway on this particular call. He arrived before I did and had been doing CPR for quite some time. When we got there, we continued to do CPR when the Chatham Fire showed up and actually looked up the AED and shocked the young individual several times to get a heart rate coming back to him. I don't know how many times I asked him if he was okay. As Chief said, it doesn't take long to wear yourself out doing compressions. And Galloway, Superman, you were going probably 8-10 minutes. And finally, at one point, he turned and said, "JR?" When we train in great big areas and there's a lot of room to move around. He said he moved him out into the living room. We were in a hallway. There was 5-6 guys. Furniture. There's not a whole lot of room. And trying to get somebody the size of Galloway to get out of the way so somebody the size of me can slide into that was challenging at best, and still continue to do compressions. So I'd just like to say it's a pleasure to work with you on midnights, and thank you.
Thanks. And thank you, everyone, for supporting us. And I've been CPR certified for 25 years. I have performed CPR several times, and it has not always been successful. And I'm glad everything came together for this young man, and we were able to save his life. And I don't deserve all the credit. It was no secret when my adrenaline wore out, and I was done. Yeah, I couldn't go any longer. And officers just jumped right in and took over. And at one point, I stopped, and the EMS guy said, "Don't stop." I said, "Well, we have rhythm," and he said, "You are the rhythm. You are his heart right now." So it's cool.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Foley, and thank you, officers. You're a big reason why people move to Chatham is the safety here, and we appreciate everything you guys do. Next, public comments on agenda topics. Do I have anybody
Yeah.
signed in?
We got one for sure.
Okay. Craig Hansen.
Don't go anywhere, guys, because we're not done. I want to address that.
Yeah.
My name is Craig Hansen. I'm not a member of your community. I live in Springfield. My wife, however, worked here. My family had an emergency on June 20th, and I called for help, and you guys responded. She was missing. Took some time to find her. Unfortunately, the outcome wasn't what we'd hoped for. But these days where we're a little light on the praise and a little heavy on the complaints, I know my wife would want you guys to be commended for the job you guys did. You treated us both with dignity and respect. You protected her. You protected me. I just want you to know how important it was to me. I wish it could have been different. I wish you could have met her. She was a great person. She had the utmost respect. She actually went to school to be a police officer. She took criminal justice classes at Lincoln Land. She wanted to be a state trooper, is what her dream was to be. She ended up in the medical field, so she still ended up serving. But I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and my family. You did all you could. You protected her. You protected me. And I thank the community and the board ought to be aware how good of a department and how good the officers are. It's they're an asset to the community. So I don't want to leave anybody out, and I'm sure I have, and I know there are some other officers that worked on the case. I appreciate everybody, their hard work.
something I want to give the guys, and if it's okay. You guys want to share these? This is who my wife was. Sharon. Oh, you're good. I have one for the chief, for the department as a whole, because I know I've left some folks out, and I think it's important. It's not much, but it's from my heart. My wife, if she was here, she would have appreciated the way I was treated. And I appreciate the way you guys treated me and you guys treated her. So, thank you. I appreciate you guys' service. There were two officers in particular that I got to know because they helped me personally. I was lucky enough when I put out the call out, many of my friends and family made it to Chatham and were here. And some of them stayed with my wife, and I went with Officer Scholl and Officer Pierce, and I interacted with them several times, and I appreciate how they treated me with respect and dignity, and protected my family as a whole, investigated the situation, got information that helped me, and I just want to appreciate their hard work. So, Officer Scholl. Sergeant Pierce. And in the back, it's in the back of each one of those is a biography with a little bit about who she was, but here's another one. I know that I had come down and brought you some pictures and talked to you a little bit about who she was because you didn't get the chance to meet her. I wish you had. She is the greatest person I ever met. But thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you.
Take a picture and read it later.
Thank you, Mr. Hanson, and we're really sorry for your loss as a board, and I think I can speak for the board. We're sorry for the loss of your wife, and thanks for the kind words. It's something that none of us ever want to go through, and we appreciate it.
And any of the other officers, I know Officer Galloway was the one that was there. I don't mean to leave anybody out. I appreciate all your assistance. You were thorough and caring, and I just think that everybody else know I've never been a Facebook person, but I've gotten on there and I do see that you guys get some comments on Facebook, and the good ones you guys are well deserving of. So I can't thank you enough. This is just something little, but I wanted to thank you again in person, and you'll probably see me again. You know, you guys are special, and I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. All right, next, Darlene. Okay. Can I have a motion to bring the consent agenda forward?
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Mao,
Second.
second by Trustee Charo. Any discussion?
I'll just make a comment. I noticed that the matrix was on there, but I know for the cost, I talked to Pat about it. It looks like a final draft is on its way. So
The final draft of the report?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll.
Okay. Kristen Sharrow,
Present. Are we doing? Yes, I may so.
Or no?
Yes.
Or abstain?
Andrew Detmers.
Yes.
Brett Gerger,
Yes.
Ryan Mann,
Yes.
Matt Mount,
Yes.
Paul Scherschel.
yes.
All right.
Chairman, can we pause the meeting just for a minute, just so we can kind of, just
Absolutely.
let's take a
Yeah.
2 or 3 minute
Yeah,
break if
that'd
we
be
would,
good.
please.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
I need a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motion made.
Thank you. I was just trying to move on because motion can get. Everybody ready? I want to make one other public announcement before we move on. I apologize. Can I do that too? Okay. To announce the birth of Clerk Dahlkamp's baby, Bryn Marie Dahlkamp, 7 pounds 2 ounces, 21.5 inches. I know she's been waiting for this baby to get here and got here. And now the real work starts again for her because I think that's number 4. 3, because they're a family of 5 now. It makes sense, man. So we wish her a speedy maternity so she can come back in it, but still enjoy her baby. And congratulations to her and her husband and her family. Okay, no old business, new business, an ordinance amending the fees and charges for certain services. I have a motion to bring that forward.
Make that motion.
Trustee Mao, second.
Second.
Trustee Charlo. Discussion?
I think the adjustments seem reasonable. I appreciate that the opportunity to rent the entire park, whether be any park, has been eliminated. I don't think that makes sense to take up the entire park for really anything.
Yeah, I read over it as well, and it looks reasonable to me.
I would agree. Any other discussion?
Just do wish to clarify that you can use the park whenever you want, just assuming that nobody else has rented it. So the intent of this rental is really to just give you, sole access to the area that's being rented. You can still use the parks. It's not like that. It's just you want to have a birthday party under the pavilion, then you can rent it and ensure that you'll be the only one there.
Okay. Roll.
Kristen Sherrill,
Yes.
Andrew Dittmers,
Yes.
Brett Gerger,
Yes.
Ryan Mann,
Yes.
Matt Mallon,
Yes.
Paul Scherschel.
Yes. Yeah, Mal and Charles. Ordinance approving a partial plat of easement vacation at North Point subdivision, first edition.
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Detmers, do I have a second?
Second.
Trustee Scherschel, discussion?
You need to see it. It's a small sliver of property on a duplex lot that the duplex was slightly built over the property easement line. To do it properly, we need to vacate that small little sliver of property from that easement. Went through the planning commission, it was fine. No one spoke in opposition to it, so that's what's in front of you this evening.
I was at that planning meeting, and yeah, just to back that up, yeah, that all seemed like the right thing to do.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll.
Kristen Sherrill,
Yes.
Andrew Dittmers.
Yes.
Brett Gerger,
Yes.
Ryan Mann,
Yes.
Matt Mallon,
Yes.
Paul Scherschel.
Yes.
Okay, next on the list is a resolution establishing the sewer rates for the village of Chatham. Have a motion?
Make that motion.
Trustee Mao,
Second.
Trustee Charo, discussion?
We talked about that at the committee meeting last time. We were proposing that we pass along what
What they're passing along to us?
they're passing along to us. But they've projected it out for 20 years. We're just asking for an increase over the next 3, and then we'll address it again after that.
Oh, we matched their next 3, right?
We do.
Yeah. Any other discussion? Roll.
I estimated this cost to my family to be roughly $1.76 a month on average. So it's pretty insignificant for the first year, and then another dollar and change each of the following 2 years, just to give you some idea.
Okay. Roll.
Kristen Sherrill,
Yes.
Andrew Dittmers.
Yes.
Brett Gerger,
Yes.
Ryan Mann,
Yes.
Matt Mallon,
Yes.
Paul Scherschel.
Yes.
Okay, next on the list, agreement with Friends of Pickleball.
We're going to like to put that on hold till the next meeting.
Okay.
We did some minor changes to the agreement at the last minute, and I didn't have those ready to put on here, so we'll have that on the agenda for the next meeting. Actually, it's on board docs in draft mode if you want to look at it now. So
At the new one?
Mhm.
Okay.
The one for 2 weeks.
How do you see the draft mode? I was trying to find it earlier. I can't see any draft.
You can't see the draft?
No, and I'm logged in.
Let me just leave that after the meeting, and I'll see if I can reach it for you, okay?
Thanks.
Do I have a motion to table this then?
Make a motion to table.
Trustee Mao, Trustee Charles seconds. Next, public comments on village business. Darlene?
With all the things that were happening, I just didn't really want to put a negative spin on things.
Thank you.
My comment was
That's
on the
appreciated.
sewer increases. It just seemed rather confusing on board docs that what the county charges the city or the village of Chatham and what Chatham charges the citizens. Mac made the comment last meeting that the village was going to lose money. Well, the village doesn't lose any money because the city charges the village, we'll say $6 just to round things out. the village charges the citizens $11 and some change. And the same with the per 1,000 units, the village makes extra on those. And one comment Mr. McCarthy made last meeting was that they wanted to try to match vendors to where, you know, we weren't charging so much. Well, it seems as though the sewer is a lot more than what the city of Springfield charges Chatham. And I just thought with everything going up, I know Mr. Dewey there said that, you know, it's going to cost his family, you know, approximately $2 just to round things out. Well, $2 here, $2 here, $2 here, it's just all beginning to add up. And I know that you have to do what you have to do to run the village, but it seems that in running it, we as the citizens are just being bombarded with running the village at the pace that we're going. So hopefully, you know, this next year that you'll take into consideration that, you know, we're not going to have a lot of expenses added on to us. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Any other public comments? Okay. Schedule of meetings, Public Properties and Recreation Commission meeting, Municipal Hall, 6 p.m., September 9th, 2019. The Utility Commission meeting will be immediately following that at 7 p.m. that night, on the 9th. I also wanted to put out there for that meeting, I've gotten one interest in filling Mark Clayton's board spot. I'm going to reach out to the individual so they can come that night, and the board can ask him questions, or the commission can ask him questions. If anybody else has interest, show up that night or email. I've got nothing. He's the only one interested, so that's who's going to get it.
Who is that individual, or do you want to say who that is?
I can go to his email here.
While you look that up, just with respect to the Public Properties Commission meeting, I believe Massey and Massey will be there to discuss that park comprehensive plan. And then, two, we're going to be talking about the summer rec program. So if you have interest in those, please come to the meeting.
You know, is it Dean Lewis? I think so.
He's a great guy.
Okay, it's Dan Lewis. I'm not sure on the name. I think that's the name. I'll try to find the email. I know he is an assistant to Senator Durbin. So he'll know how to navigate anything politically, which is good. We were kind of looking for somebody with financial background, but I've gotten nobody that's shown interest, so we get what we get. Village Board on September 10th at 6 p.m., Committee of the Whole, 6:15 p.m., September 10th. ADA Transition Plan Committee, 6 p.m., September 17th, and Planning Commission, 6 p.m., Municipal Hall, September 19th. Village Board, Municipal Hall, September 24th. Utility Oversight Subcommittee, tentatively October 14th. On this next one, on the 9th, we're going to try to have Lee Bloom there and have a more robust meeting, so we may not need the October, but we'll leave it on here. Chatham Fire and Police Commission meeting November 20th, 5:30 p.m. Do we have any reason for a closed session? No, we know. Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Charles, seconded by Trustee Mao. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you.
Want some cups?
Thank you.